We in first black champ. Let it begin. Camp from the port. JR bang in the corner. Real talk, real heat. Tune in, now we on ya. Ding ding, step in. Mic check. Let it spin. From the port, we in first black champ. Let it begin.
Hey, yo, what's good? It is now time for the first Black Champ podcast, and without no delay, let's go ahead and get it started because I think Cam from the Port is going to be going hard this episode. So, a lot of talk around the Bloodline and Bloodline fatigue, issues, we tired of these Samoans, all of those things. And we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, Kemp. Conrad has been going hard when it comes to the Bloodline, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But Zilla Fatu, we've been hearing for about 2.5, 3 years now that we can't wait till Zilla Fatu joins the WWE, whether it is with the Bloodline or on his own, whatever. People have been anticipating the moment, and it finally came on NXT where he attacked Grayson Waller, and I forgot my man that's Italian that is now like the Punisher or whatever. Forgot my man Tony D'Angelo, something like that. I just totally spaced at that moment. But he attacked him and he debuted, or at least not attacked him. He shot his shot at Tony D'Angelo. With that being said, Zilla Fatu's in the WWE. And I'm thinking, hey, we're excited. I saw so many people saying, nah, we tired of another Samoan. So first, when I sent you that text, hey, Zilla here, what was your thoughts? And the bloodline issues when it comes to the internet wrestling community, the fatigue, and does it need to go to Zilla? Should he stand on his own?
Well, this is always tricky, right? Because for years now, especially at like peak Bloodline story, even when they were bringing Sami Zayn in, people were like, "Oh, you can get this Samoan, and y'all were adding Samoans to the story, and you did that for about 18 months." And this is one of the very few platforms that was saying, "No, let's just let this cook." Everybody can stand on their own and do their own thing, build their own kind of like legacy. And now what has happened is I think too many people in the writers' room or creative started listening to some of y'all out there, and they started kind of trickling in and sprinkling in more Samoans that make sense, so to speak. Because even looking at the MF and team, like that was also like, you know, that's like what in the Powerverse that was like Tommy or whatever, series that was.
Considering the Tommy part, they're Tongans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was still incorporated through Solo that this is extended Bloodline just story. So when I saw the text, I was like, oh, hey, this is what everybody wanted. Like that's the first thing I thought. I was like, hey, yo, people been waiting for this. I want to say a solid 2 years. People have been waiting for Zilla to appear on any WWE platform. So when he got there, and I would say mild was the response, I was kind of surprised. But after a lot of the conversation over the past week, 2 weeks, I'm not that surprised because, not for nothing, Conrad's voice travels far, and on top of that, he gives people courage, much like our president gives people courage. But that's another topic, and that's what I think. Just in a vacuum.
So, what is that demographic, Camp?
White men, age 18 to 34.
I think that has a lot to do with this.
It has a lot
to do with this. We've been seeing Roman Reigns be on top since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Outside of Roman has been Cody Rhodes, but we've been seeing him on top since the pandemic.
Yeah.
Now you're bringing all of these Samoans in, and these Tongans got the tag team championships now. The MF team. You got Roman, that is the champ. He's beating all of your favorites.
Yep.
You have Jimmy and Jey and Jacob. And we all love Jacob, but Jacob is, I think there's a question that I won't ask because I know my answer and it is not. But sometimes I look at TV and wonder if Jacob is too cultural.
Hey, no, he banged
Right.
last week. I was there. No, he's not even. Hey, listen, he's in the other subculture. Jacob Fatu, by definition, is a nigga, but he's a gang banger too, though.
So it's like that piece, and loved this interview with Stephanie McMahon on her podcast, detailing a lot of the things that happened when he got to the WWE, thinking that he was about to get fired and all of that stuff. So there's that piece right there.
Yeah.
Then you have Solo. It's like everybody is a part of the bloodline at this point. When you bring in the fact that Sami Zayn was in there at one point, CM Punk wrestled with them at some point. If I were to go, when we talk about representation, if I were to go to SmackDown or Raw, who's the representative of the white man ages 18 to 34? Cody? There's fatigue right there.
Yeah.
Like, there's fatigue right there. So I believe that part of this is, as we talk about representation, I think there's a number of people that don't feel like they're represented, and you just keep bringing Samoan after Samoan after Samoan in.
See, I hear what you're saying, but now I want to keep it a buck, and maybe this is where I do go off the rails, even though I didn't think I would in the pre-show. Let's also just acknowledge this. We've never seen anybody that is a minority be on top for this long.
Yeah.
Like, it's never happened in wrestling, at least as far as not my lifetime. And this ain't the same thing as, oh no, this black person or this Hispanic or Latin or Samoan person has held a title and they had a 6 month to year run or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have never, I'm going to speak for me. I have never watched wrestling and month after month to year over year, spanning more than 5 years now, I have seen a person that has not been a white male in the driver's seat of professional wrestling. And I think that's the real problem, and people don't even know how to compute it or explain it. Because for everybody that feels this way about the bloodline and the Samoans and all of this is the exact same playbook that the Von Erichs ran in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact same playbook. And if had all of them, I'm being sensitive because I love them.
If they've been around.
Yes. And had their demise not been unfortunate, I think they would have done what the bloodline is doing now. And all of a sudden, they got a sister in wrestling. They uncle can wrestle now. They got a couple cousins that's coming up. Carrie's kids are going to do like, I don't see this as no different from the Von Erichs. And I have never in my time, even though it was short-lived, I've never seen even an afterthought people saying, man, they were going to run that Von Erich story into the ground. I've never heard that.
Yeah. It only ran in I want to be careful also because how I was going to say it. And it didn't mean that direction. Let me pull it back. The only reason why we didn't get that is because of unfortunate situations with the Von Erich family. I think you're right. Fritz Von Erich had a plan for all of his sons to be at the top.
Yep.
And at being at the top, this is what we gonna do. And y'all kids, and like this is the family business. So for me, when I look at the people who are online that are upset at what we're seeing with the bloodline and who's coming in, it's the same fit. White men, ages 18 to 34. Now, I'm going to go to something that Conrad Thompson said, reportedly said this week. I was trying to find the clip, but I couldn't find it. But reportedly, he said that the whole bloodline is bullshit. The bloodline has historically been mid-card at best. The first one not presented that way is Roman Reigns. And what is your favorite PMI Via match? So I'm going to remove the latter. What is your favorite PMI Via match? Because I'm not old enough to watch PMI Via matches. But from what I do know is that he turned heel and had a great set of matches with Bob Backlund during that heyday. Mm-hmm. That's what I know. I ain't there. I don't even think on the WWE's YouTube page there's a slate of watch these PMI Via matches. However, there was something when I say white men, ages 18 to 34. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to call it racism. No. Not. But what I am going to call it is stereotypical behavior here. The bloodline has historically been mid-card at best. The first one not presented that way is Roman Reigns. Lord, is Conrad Thompson right? However, this right here says everything I need to hear about how certain people feel about the bloodline. Because Yokozuna was presented as Japanese. Yep. Alpha and Sika was not getting the title run. Jimmy Snuka was not getting the title run. Haku, Tongan, so I'm going to put Pacific Islanders in this.
Yeah, Samoa Fatu.
Right. Haku was considered the most dangerous person backstage and could not get as far as the King or the tag team championships with Andre the Giant. What's my man? And then you got the Islanders, the Tonga Kid, Jacob Daddy, was never presented in that way. I know you called him the best biracial champion of all time last week. The Rock was presented as that and was the Intercontinental Champion at best. When he was not presented that way, he moved up the card when it was Die Rocky Die, when they took off the Maivia and he just became The Rock. Trajectory changed. Here comes Roman Reigns. They give him all of those ethnic names at FCW. NXT comes. He's Roman Reigns now. I think he wrestles only one match. He joins the Shield. I'll go as far as saying this. I'm not saying that Conrad Thompson is wrong. I am not saying that at all. He's 100% right. But I think it's shitty at best at what that sentence represents. Because I will say this. If Roman Reigns' name was not Roman Reigns, if they did not present that man as Roman Reigns, if they presented him with an authentic Samoan name, would Roman Reigns be a multiple-time world champion? Would Roman Reigns be a multiple-time WrestleMania main eventer? Would Roman Reigns be Roman Reigns if his ass was named Alpha or Sika Jr.? No.
No, not at all. Not at
all.
No
matter how great that man has been in the ring, and if that quote is true, it signifies when I say 18 to 34, what they looking for. And you package Roman Reigns with a name that is not Samoan, put him in a group with two white guys.
Yeah.
And now we're saying, yo, dude right there, he's probably going to be the one out of the bunch that is the one that makes it. But I don't think that would have happened if his name was Samoan Jr. behind it. And that quote right there from Conrad Thompson, if true, signifies that for me.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, hey, look, blame Vince and Dwayne for this, honestly, because that's where all the seeds are planting and where this starts. Honestly, because I never seen him in FCW and all of that, I thought Roman Reigns was a white guy. Won't even lie to you. And then when women started watching and saying, "Oh, he looks like Aquaman," and I was like, "Well, he's not racially ambiguous to my knowledge." So for me, I think. And hey, look, and salute to Roman Reigns for playing the card because that's what you're supposed to do. If you can pass for something in the world of wrestling to be successful, and you're not compromising yourself as an individual, you do it. Never once in my mind did Roman Reigns ever code switch or cosplay as a white male. He never did that to me.
No.
But when you don't have to bring up race and you have his look, you get far. You get far. But hey, the rest of them, hey, look, y'all daddy's genes is all through there. Y'all look like Fatus, y'all look like Inoi's, and it just is what it is. I think that Roman Reigns is just now in the aspect of putting this family on, is now kind of exposing and shining the light on what his family really had to go through to be successful in wrestling. Because to Conrad's point, why don't you see them as more as mid-carders? Is it just because of what you deem a Samoan wrestler should be? Because Jimmy and Jey have an absurd amount of talent. So does Solo. So does Jacob. But why do when you see them and you see their mic time, well, outside of Jay's, when you see everybody's mic time and you see their matches, why can't they be at worst NXT champion? Why do you? Because when I'm sorry, when Conrad says mid-carder to me, that means you're losing the match for the Intercontinental title. You don't even have it. That's what mid-carder. When I hear him say it specifically, that's what it means to me.
But not only does that mean that to you, tell me who's the first Samoan Intercontinental champion. If it tell me
The Rock.
tell me who's the first Samoan tag champ. You got to go back to the 70s to that.
Yeah.
If this is the case, if Pia Maivia was a tag team champion, I'm not about to step in and look because if Haku was Tongan, the Islanders didn't win it.
Nope.
So is it the head shrinkers? And the worst part about this, before we move on, is Samoans have always been looked at as savages.
Yep.
Are you going to put the Savage as the number one contender for the world championship and have them win it? No, because if that was the case, Kokina Maximus would have came to the WWE and not Yokozuna. You wouldn't have repackaged that man who can move the way that he moved, who had the look that he had. You said, nah, it's one too many Samoans on this roster. What can we do with this guy? Sergeant Slaughter, I believe, says, let's make him Japanese and have him be a sumo wrestler. And they name him Yokozuna. And you don't even acknowledge that man as the first Samoan World Heavyweight champion. You acknowledge him as the first Japanese World Heavyweight champion. You don't even acknowledge that until Roman Reigns really starts acknowledging his Samoan heritage. And now he's that.
Yeah.
And now you hear about what Rodney did for the family and how he helped everybody along the way.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, as I mentioned some months ago, Umaga would have been the world heavyweight champion. Y'all didn't do that.
And he should have been high key.
High key.
Because he was scorching hot at that time. Him and Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Yeah. But I got to ask this question.
Rage bait.
Got to ask this question, Kemp. Do you feel that fans are being too fickle, though? Because just 2 years ago, y'all wanted every Samoan that was connected to Roman Reigns and his family here. Now y'all like, nah, we don't want that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think it's a lot of it is them being fickle. But with the target demo being what it is, they might just be upset that they beating up all the white people now. They're just fighting each other now. That could be it. And hey, look, that's why I don't like Black Panther 2. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I watched that movie one time and I ain't tried to watch it since. I was like, yo, hold on, I thought this was Black Panther. Why are the Latinos killing us?
Well, you got to follow the story of Black Panther and Namor to understand it. And to your point, I didn't do that until after Black Panther, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. It's a lot of minority fighting there.
Right.
But yeah, I do think the fans are being fickle, but I also believe that they're being fickle because they don't see representation from them. I'll go as far as saying this. This ain't a guarantee. This ain't even a guarantee hope. This is, I guarantee this happen if this happens.
Okay. Guarantee consequence. Let's go.
If LA Knight and Roman Reigns wrestles at Money in the Bank and LA Knight goes over on Roman Reigns, the reaction, the pop would not be shock. It would not be what the hell is going on. And it won't be excitement just because LA Knight, has finally ascended. Mm-hmm. It would be, oh, we got somebody that look like us now. And he beat Roman Reigns. And he's not Cody Rhodes. Because y'all throwing Cody down our throat. Don't want CM Punk to get it. We need somebody else. Because the bigger question, I feel like fans need to ask, quite honestly, what Triple H needs to ask. And what probably TKO is saying, Paul, you need to look at this. Who? We know the answer. Mm-hmm. We know this answer. Let me first state the question I'm about to ask. We know the answer. It's a matter of when. Mm-hmm. And it's a matter of multiple. Who are the 3 non-people of color wrestlers in the WWE that is next to ascend the throne and win a world championship that's under 40 years old?
Oh,
It's one. They only got one, Camp.
Yeah, it's Braun Breaker. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. So, we're going to wait for Braun Breaker to go over Roman Reigns and get everybody in that crowd excited because we've now taken down the bloodline and we got a sustained future. That's what they want.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't see. And that's why you get, I'm tired of the bloodline. Mm-hmm. Because it's like the NWO. Man, y'all been beating WCW ass for all this time. Sting gets there, and it's like, yes, we finally got somebody.
Yeah.
That shit wouldn't have went over if they would have said at that time to make Booker T a face. No, we need somebody else, man. We need somebody else. So that is something when it comes to this, I really believe that people need to watch out for when this conversation's had. It's not just about we're tired of the bloodline. And it's not just about we need new faces. We need particular new faces.
For sure.
And I don't think that they have a particular person outside of Braun the Breaker right now at this moment.
Well, hold up, there is one, but they don't want to embrace it yet, and that's Logan Paul. Sorry, guys.
So we're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only reason why I'm saying is not Logan Paul because I believe that I finally believe that we've reached Logan Paul fatigue.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we finally hit it. Because if that was the case, Logan Paul would have won the championship already.
Huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He would have won that championship already if it wasn't no Logan Paul fatigue because of what he brings outside of the ring, and he would be a hated heel that somebody could take that belt off of. Logan Paul would have already won the world championship if that was the case. This is why, yeah, there's people mad about this Bloodline story, and yeah, we would have hated him, but we would have loved to hated him. We would have enjoyed booing him, not cheering him to boo. No, it would have been, yo, we hate this dude. However, he took down somebody to get that belt. If Logan Paul was that person, he would have already won that belt. They want somebody that is a wrestler to have that. And it kind of goes into something we're going to talk about later in the show. Anyway, but let's move on to CM Punk Kevin Owens. Because this is also something that I saw on the internet this week. Now, I've been waiting for this feud for quite some time. I'm excited about this feud. Hell, I was watching SmackDown with the wife and breaking down certain things so she can be aware of it that they were talking about. But is there such thing as too personal in a feud? Is there too much, I hate this dude with a passion, instead of let's build a authentic storyline? Or this is the authentic storyline and let's run with that. I've seen people say that, man, we get it, but this is locker room shit. We don't need to break the fourth wall. What say you?
You know, I'm actually with the IWC on this one. I'm actually with them on this one. Yeah. Because I've watched the last two. I purposely watched the last 2 weeks of promos just to make sure I felt the way I felt before the show started. And yeah, you know what? There is such a thing as too personal, because honestly, what this is coming across to me, and this is CM Punk versus Kevin Owens, this is coming across to me as two kids that didn't like each other, and they both became successful, so they still don't like each other. And I don't care. I don't care about two white kids not liking each other but becoming successful. It doesn't matter to me. There's also this thing, right? The promos, they're much better than the promos they're giving. And this is the part. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm going to celebrate VKM because he did do a lot of the right things, even though he did some wrong things in his personal life. What Vince's uncanny ability to do was to potentially make something or hear something that is very personal and turn it into a storyline, but have it thinly veiled within it. The only time that he didn't have to do that was after the episode of Bite This with Matt Hardy and Edge. That's the only time he didn't really have to do it. And in a lot of ways, that feud in that moment has now been over sensationalized and exaggerated. So now everybody feels that, hey, whenever I really get a personal issue with somebody, we can bring it to the ring and it can be something. But here's the caveat, and here's the catch-22 of that, ladies and gentlemen that are watching the First Black Champ podcast. Those guys in that first match, it was terrible. Like, yes, the intro was great and the setup was great, but when we got to SummerSlam, that match was ass, and it was not what anybody wanted. And then somebody had to reel them in and say, look, I know you both hate each other, and this is very real, but this is a wrestling promotion and this is a wrestling storyline now. We have to do some wrestling stuff now. And unfortunately, that's not happening with this CM Punk Kevin Owens story. Dog, they literally talking about 20 years ago, bro. Half the people watching y'all didn't even know that you were trying to wrestle each other without documentaries. Like, you do have some lifers that have been following Punk and Kevin Owens for that long. You do. And you do have some very educated people that I affectionately will call wrestling nerds. Look, I'm a music nerd. I'm a rap nerd, so I get it. But for the masses, the casual fan, for the TKO Endeavor enterprise that exists, We don't care about this, dog, especially if you're not selling it in a way to be like, and you beat me in this match and then I never recovered, or you injured me during this match, or there has to be, where's the wrestling? Where's the wrestling? Screw your opinion, dog. I don't care. Where is the wrestling element in all of this? This is nothing but wolf tickets. This is wolf tickets and sour grapes. And that ain't great wrestling to me.
Woo! I agree with you to a point. I was expecting the fight to take place on SmackDown. But when Kevin Owens said, nah, I ain't even going to I said, nah, now we messing up.
Yeah, fight Owens, fight, and then go fight.
Yeah, that is what lost me when I stepped away from the screen. These feuds work only if y'all fighting. I know y'all two gonna give us a great match. I know we're not gonna watch Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes in Toronto on SmackDown on Friday and not get a dope ass match. However, this shouldn't even happen in Toronto next Friday. This is when I think that the WWE is messing up by not having this at a pay-per-view. Or not at least building this for Saturday night's main event. I know y'all want to do it in Toronto because it's Kevin Owens' homecoming. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Owens wins. I won't go as far as a guarantee, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Owens wins that championship for various reasons. He just came off of a neck injury. He deserved to run with the belt, or at least having that belt before enduring the Roman Reigns joint. In fact, I think we'll look at this Bloodline thing a lot better if Roman Reigns didn't hold the belt for so long and if Kevin Owens would have beat him at some point. I digress there. My issue with this storyline, the storyline that I wanted, is that ain't nobody throwing a punch. What made Edge and Matt Hardy memorable, to your point, is not the match at the pay-per-view. Because Solo, I'm not sure if they would have been able to give you the match that we expected after that feud. However, they gave you some memorable ass moments along the way. Some fights, some punches, go back to the Indies, bitch. All of those things makes that feud memorable. Right now, all y'all doing is talking about some shit that, as you said, happened 20 years ago. So take out that frustration. Now, if we gonna kick this feud up a notch after next Friday, then all right, cool. But I think you're wasting time right now. The other part for me is this. I agree with you because I think we have too much access.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I wanted to see Cody versus CM Punk because we never did get to see them wrestle in AEW. That's different. That's a dream match.
Yeah.
I wanted to see CM Punk and Kevin Owens because I know they ain't like each other. But I also thought we was going to get the... And all we got is this.
Yeah. You know what? Again, I don't know.
No. I want to see y'all fight. Like,
For sure.
I don't like rap battles no more because ain't nobody gonna fight. I ain't saying they got to shoot somebody, but they need to throw a punch or be like, yo, I'll fight you in real life. So what you think I want to see in the WWE when that's what y'all do? I want to see y'all fight. I don't want to see y'all wrestle. I want to see y'all fight. I don't want to see y'all rap battle. I want to see y'all fight.
Yeah.
That's what this is right now. This is Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. But right now, we know that Kendrick Lamar and Drake ain't gonna fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now we got a rap battle. I wanted them to be in the same program because I want to see them fight.
Yeah.
and fight leading up to the match.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting watching them across the ring from each other. The announcements from Alicia Taylor. Ding, ding, ding. They slowly walk to the middle, talk shit to each other. Or they just be like, oh, no, I'm about to whoop your ass. No, I'm about to whoop your ass. And then they run to the middle and all we getting is rap battles.
Yeah.
Now, question for you though. Just going back to a little bit. Do you feel like, I know you don't like Unreal. I know you don't like Unreal.
Yeah, no,
but
it's not for me.
Let's add the dirt sheets with Unreal.
Yeah.
Let's add these Twitter accounts with Unreal. Let's add these shoot interviews that wrestlers give for a little bit of bread with Unreal.
Yeah.
Do we have too much insider information in wrestling?
Absolutely. We got way too much. Well, and whether it's accurate or inaccurate, it's just way too much. Out of everything that you mentioned, the only thing I do like is the shoot interviews with the wrestlers, because I think that's the most authentic beta version of, this is how real wrestling is to me, right? I've never been a fan of dirt sheets. I know everybody hates Dave Meltzer for reasons or whatever. I just don't even honor dude. You know what I'm saying? I just don't honor what he's doing, because if you don't work for the promotions, I don't want to hear what you think that's salacious. I don't want to hear your scandalous tidbits. I don't. I just want to enjoy wrestling as a person that understands what pro wrestling is and what sports entertainment is and how you mix it up in the pot. I don't want to hear about potential finishes. I don't want to hear about why this storyline is XYZ or whatever. None of that matters to me. It's no different from me loving New Line Cinema movies growing up. And I don't need to know who the gaffer and the key grip is. I don't. Just show me when the car blows up and when the girl kisses the hero. That's it. But show me when the water is on the gremlins, or when the water hits Gizmo and the gremlins start popping out. That's what I'm here for. So all of this it's way too much access. It's got people thinking they know wrestling greater than what they do. It's people, and now people are more invested in the humans than the characters. And that's why we got a lot of flat storylines. We got a lot of flat promos. That's why CM Punk and Kevin Owens thinking that this is working without fighting. Fight Owens, fight versus the best in the world. Two guys who have seemingly was building their pedigree on wrestling and their ability to fight. And they got into a shoving match that was one-sided Friday. That's why it's too much.
Yeah, I don't need to know how the food is cooked. I just need to know when I have this meal is great. Then I might ask the cook what he did and tell him, yo, salute to you, fam, because you killed it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's too much insider information. I do believe that it's too much knowledge about how the food is cooked. Everything that you just said is 100% right. The only thing that I will add to it is this. You're killing the mystery.
Yes, man.
I think they are killing the mystery of this to the point where I don't even I would love to do more wrestling interviews. I would love to interview more wrestlers. But but there is twofold here. I could interview you as the wrestler, or I could interview you as you.
Yeah.
If I interview you as a wrestler, I want to talk to you as that wrestler. And what you're going to do when you wrestle somebody on this date, at this time, at this PLE. I don't want to hear what is going to go into the process that is outside of a wrestling match.
Yeah.
That when we saw WrestleMania 3, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, we said, yo, this is a great match. Probably the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. There's only 3 of them joints. And I couldn't tell you what was number 2 before his match, Macho Man's match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat happened. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't look at WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2 and be like, yo, this is number 2.
Yeah.
However, what made it even better is afterwards, years later, we hear Macho Man going to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and saying, yo, we got to rehearse this.
Yeah.
And we got to do everything to a T. We want to steal the show. If I would have heard that a day after WrestleMania 3, well, if I would have saw footage of that, I would have hated that match.
Yeah.
We didn't know that Macho Man and Hulk Hogan wasn't getting along at a certain point.
Right.
Until Macho Man dropped the diss track.
You know what I'm saying? Be a man, Hulk.
Like, we didn't know. Like, we didn't know that Macho Man cleared Hulk Hogan, gave him a black eye, and that's why he got the black eye at WrestleMania 9 until a documentary.
Yeah.
Save some content.
Yeah, man.
For the documentary 15 years from now.
Yeah.
Don't give us the documentary footage 2 months after the match.
Yeah, like they doing this for current events.
Yeah,
like
that's
we should still be talking about WrestleMania 4 right now, or Starrcade, or Super Brawl 92. Like,
well,
we should be talking about that stuff.
We need to go to. We're old, Kent, and sometimes we don't realize where we at in life, fam. We could start having conversations about WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah,
26 years ago, like that.
Yeah.
15 years ago, we could have that conversation about WrestleMania in Philadelphia. Like, yes, but man, save some stuff for the documentary that's gonna come out 10 years from now.
Yeah.
This is why I hate Is It a Classic? Because you gotta let some stuff breathe. We don't need to hear why you hated somebody or that you didn't like somebody. I want to be shocked and surprised. Damn, they ain't like each other. I mean, and what I mean by that is, you got the Matt Hardy and the Edge thing. Bite This opened up that. We knew that wasn't the storyline when he went on Bite This and called Lita a hoe. We knew that.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
right?
Wait a minute. Hey, and then he kept calling her Amy. I was like, wait, who is Amy? Oh, look, see, hold on. We got let's put a pin in that right here.
Yeah.
When Matt Hardy got on Bite this week, I think it was Ty Grisham, right? I think he was the host. Dude, when Matt Hardy started calling Lita Amy, he confused the daylights out of me. Because I had no idea what her real name was. Because his name is really Matt Hardy. So he was like, Amy. I was like, who's this Amy girl? I was like, dude, I'm like, does she work in wrestling? As I'm catching the clips. And then I find out Amy Dumas is Lita. I was like, oh, that's his girl. Oh, that's his girl for real. Oh, the Edge beat. Oh my God. Like, then it's all like, yes, my world is unraveled, but now I'm more interested into how they really feel about each other. Like, that's a story in itself. And I was like, oh wow. I was like, okay. I was like, but then me, of course, young, dumb wrestling fan, I was like, man, but you kind of scooped it from S.A. Rios, though. So, I mean, can you really be like mad? Because I was like, yo, you took it from S.A. Rios. But see how it all went back to wrestling for me? Like, that's why all of these dirt sheets and unreels and all these like insider tidbits, that's what it's killing. It's killing the young people who are probably getting introduced to wrestling by their fathers or their uncles or even older brothers who grew up in that magical and mysterious time, as Bang was speaking to. And now y'all just, not only are you not even pulling the curtain back, you're not even buying the curtain. It's just like, oh, wait, hey, we're just going to load up right in front of your house and we're going to move on to the next town. And that's just going to be that.
Yeah, so I think that does not help the CM Punk Kevin Owens situation, because now we're talking about some shit that happened in Ring of Honor 20 years ago. and y'all not even building on the fact that these dudes had animosity, however you say that shit.
Anonymity?
Not even, because we know they ain't animosity.
Oh, animosity. Okay, bad. I got you.
I'm trying to say it right. We know that they ain't like each other.
Yeah.
Y'all not even building on 20 years of anger, 20 years of feuding, 20 years of this. All culminates into this.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Kevin Owens on SmackDown this Friday. Check your local listings. Like, y'all not even doing that. Y'all letting these dudes rap battle. So if y'all ain't liked each other this long, why ain't none of y'all thrown the punch yet?
Yeah.
Don't tell me y'all waiting. Y'all clearly don't like each other. Kevin Owens calling him Phil. Phil talking about some I might break your neck. Kevin Owens talking about some the homies don't like you. CM Punk like, yeah, I know the three homies you talking about. It's like, nah, it's more than that. Nobody I know likes you. Duh. Of course we know that, Kev. Y'all don't even work in the same. Y'all don't even like the same circles. We know this.
So smack somebody.
Smack somebody at the end of the day. Hit a mother. Like at this point, I want Kevin Owens to show up at CM Punk house in Wicker Park or wherever he stays.
Hey, you know what I mean?
And be like, yo, nah, you know what? We gotta fight. Like at this point, this is why I like the Attitude Era, because Stone Cold showed up at Brian Pillman's house.
Yeah. And Brian upped that thing with his girl in the house.
And he showed up at his house for less. And I think that's one of the biggest issues here. As much as I wanted to see Kevin Owens and CM Punk wrestle, they're doing this, I don't like each other. And people in WWE history pulled up at people's house for less.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So fight. Stop rap battling. Stop getting your joints off and rap battling. Stop being Drake and Kendrick Lamar. No. Fight.
You know what I'm saying?
And then when you in the wrestling match, all right, now we got to do it. But no. Fight.
Yeah.
Hey,
that Stone Cold was wild. My bad. Hey, like, man, you keep talking about Bret Hart. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up.
Even Randy Orton pulled up the Bray Wyatt crib.
Yeah, and burned it down too.
Like, what are we doing at this point? Chelsea Green is keeping the Women's World Championship, and the crowd was loving it.
Yes.
All I hope is that crowd keep it going and don't let it go, because I loved what I saw with the crowd with Chelsea Green and keeping that belt. But was it the right decision?
Absolutely. To just piggyback off of our last segment here, Chelsea Green, the wrestler doing wrestling things, had her emotional real moment, right? But thinly veiled in the world of wrestling. We are, if her real name is Chelsea Green in real life, that's awesome. But
it is.
Everybody is definitely invested in Chelsea Green, the wrestler. And the story that she was able to tell in that ring with Nick Aldis, and reasons why she was going to keep the title, and it is her title. Everybody felt that, because she's been doing an amazing job for the last decade plus of just letting y'all know, no, hey, I'm Chelsea Green, the wrestler. Like, this is my dream. This is my livelihood. This is what I want to do. And a lot of that came out in that promo. So, it was absolutely the right decision, because unfortunately, even though this was set up to be the interim championship, now it has a whole different feel and appeal to it. And them just giving it to the other two women that were healthy and available to have a match and win the belt, I think honestly it would have buried one of them or both of them with that crowd post off of Chelsea just winning the belt.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision, especially since Liv Morgan, she took her like 100 days to defend the title for the first time. I also believe that it was the right decision based off of the crowd and how everything went there. My question is what you gonna do with it? Because then, I'm talking about stuff I didn't like. Gunther coming down there and basically like, yo, forget y'all bums. Look like he about to smack Chelsea Green. Matt Cardona comes down. No, you ain't gonna do that with my wife. And then Matt Cardona get his ass beat by Gunther in jeans. See, that I ain't like that for Matt. Cause you're not even gonna get the I fought for my woman love with the crowd. You're not even gonna get the run with Gunther that's like, yo, man, I'm fighting for my girl right now. You're not about to embarrass. No, you just got embarrassed because you just tried to save your girl. And then Tiffany Stratton comes down there when Nia Jackson, Last Legend, your favorite tag team, comes down there. And she can't even do nothing. She's like, no, I can't do nothing because of my eye. And she watches Tiffany Stratton get beat up, which is now, I'm like, man, the face thing to do would have been to put yourself in harm's way.
Yeah, exactly. What happened to that? What happened to the injured person being like, oh, come on.
Yeah, like
don't do this.
No, leave him alone. Like she just stood on the side, was like, yo, you know, no.
Screaming for help.
Because of my arm. Somebody come down and help.
With the title in their hand. Come help.
Right. Hey, where's this at?
Hey, come help. Please. Somebody get some help. Help me.
I sat there the whole entire time like Chelsea's about to hit one of them with the belt.
Yeah, hey, come on.
Or swing it. Or something. She said, no, I can't help because my eye hurts. And then goes to the locker room and said, yo, Tiffany, I would have helped you, but are you going to be okay? Because you got to defend your title. And then they're going to mess around and turn Tiffany Stratton heel. But then it's like, yo, she didn't help her. And don't say her eye messed up because she got a weapon.
Hey, Chelsea Green did what Daryl did at McDonald's when Sam Jackson came in there with the song, with the shotty. Yeah. He was like, hey, you know, I would have helped you, but you know, I had coffee in my hand.
Coffee in my hand. I'm like, man, that was a terrible way of going about this to me. And then seeing Tiffany Stratton lose her championship later on that night. Jacy Jayne defeated Tiffany Stratton to win the Women's United States Championship. Now Fatal Influence holds the United States and Tag Team Champs first. Is Fatal Influence the women's champions we need?
For sure. Especially right now. Again, hey, you know what? It's just about being pro wrestling, in pro wrestling. And these ladies, you know, look, they're drawing heat. They're doing some pretty good ring work on and off the mic as well as in and out of the ring. I think with so much talking that happens on SmackDown, it almost feels SmackDown feels like a podcast, high key, until you get to when the women actually get out there and start wrestling. And it's just like, dang, at least they promos, it's 3 of them, and they promos still be like 2 minutes. And then they get right to it. Versus all the guys, like, even if you get on YouTube, look at the segments with the men. They all averaging at like 12 minutes and some seconds. It's like, dude, we podding. We podding for PLEs. Like, come on, dog. Like, so no. Fatal Influence, they're doing their job. They're doing a bang-up job. The ladies is way more scrappy than the men on SmackDown, and they need to do something about that.
Yeah. You got me rolling internally about the podcast part because I didn't even think about that until you said it. Yeah, Fatal Influence is the champions we need. You know why? Because they hate them.
Yeah.
We need to hate somebody, y'all. We need to hate somebody. Do we really hate Liv Morgan? Do we really like Stephanie for queer? Do we really hate Roxanne Perez?
I know I don't.
Like, do we really, like, we don't really hate nobody.
Yeah.
Nope. Except for Fatal Influence. Mm-hmm. We hate them. Boo. Boo. Mm-hmm. I don't care how much the internet wrestling community fawn over Fallon Henley, who it feels like she's probably going to be the person that turns face out the group. The other shorty, I be forgetting her name, like she be doing her thing in the ring, and Jayne, we hate them broads. Bravo, Fatal Influence.
Yes,
Bravo.
absolutely. Yes.
We need more of that. Yes, they're the champions we need. So now we could get some faces on the women's side to go try to take these belts from them. Now we could go get a woman from the face side to go up against Jayne. But who is that? Everybody, men and women, are trying to be tweeners so much you forget that the best part of wrestling is good versus evil, bad versus good, heel versus face, I love you versus I hate you.
Yeah.
We hate Fatal Influence. We need them. They're not just the women's champions we need. They're the champions we need. Because it's clear, we ain't here to make friends with you hoes.
Right.
And I really want somebody to say, I ain't trying to be friends with you hoes. I'm trying to win belts. Kevin, the best part of Owens' fight is you didn't care about nobody. I'm here to win championships.
Yeah.
Be a bad guy. Be a bad girl. And that's what Fatal Influence is.
I'm talking
and
about
I am with that. Now, with Jayne beating Tiffany Stratton, it looks like at some point, Tiffany Stratton might be like, nah, I don't like this broad in Chelsea Green. And now she's the champion. She got my belt. I don't even want this little ass United States Championship. But first, Chelsea Green looks like she has to go up against Nia Jax in Lash Legend. How we doing this?
Yeah, that's what's super confusing to me. Even though I did love Nia's line about, hey, look, I got a reputation for breaking people's faces around here. That was hard. But but they are in dangerous territory for me for now, maybe overstating the impact of Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton. Because I don't want to see that again. And it's way too early to see it again, like where we sit in the middle, well, towards the end of 2026. It's time for new feuds, and not for nothing, even though I don't want Fatal Influence to break up at all. Man, I would rather much Lash Legend be in this spot against Chelsea or Tiffany, because we still ain't really seen it. We see it, but we ain't really seen it as far as Lash Legend goes. And that's the person out of those four, because Chelsea's got the belt, that's the one that needs the rub right now. That's the one that needs to be like, no, hey, on, homegirl, get busy, and we need to talk about it.
Do you think it is more likely that Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton is your next women's world heavyweight champion?
Based on how they got this, I'm gonna say Tiffany Stratton. Only because, though, I think there's a bigger play involved with her, and they're trying to help her recapture that magic that she had, 2 years ago now, right? 2, 3 years, because it's 2026. And I think they're trying to do that. The SmackDown women's division, the women's division in general, they're in need of a superstar, and Tiffany Stratton fits the prototype of what a women's wrestling superstar looks like for right now.
Well, look, we will see. Definitely feel like that's going to go on. Man, this was efficient. This was an efficient show.
Dang. Wow. All right.
It was efficient. We really got right to it. I mean, not saying that it's over, because we still got the greatest segment in wrestling history right now.
Yeah.
We have Do We Care? We have a couple. We didn't have none last week. We got a couple this week of Do We Care? Kofi Kingston and Austin Creed are set to make their debuts at AEW, reportedly. Kofi has trademarked his name. I'm going to try to pronounce the rest of it. Kofi Cody Mensah. He also trademarked KSM.
Okay. That's what I'll be calling him.
Now, right, that's what I'll be calling him. Now, Swerve Strickland confronted the newly crowned AEW Trios champions, Hangman Page, Bandito, and I can't remember who's the third guy. But looks like they're going to wrestle. We know about Swerve Strickland versus Adam Hangman Page's feud. So it looks like that might be his mystery tag partners as they wrestle. Do we care about Austin Creed and KSM's debut in AEW?
You know what I do? I actually do care. Because the New Day will always be held in great reverence in the aftermath of everything. And even though I felt that everything Kofi and Creed was stagnant, or Kofi and Xavier Woods at that time, I am kind of excited to see what they're going to do post New Day, post having the WWE engine, because all things considered, they're now the biggest stars in AEW to me. I'm trying to do the mental Rolodex of their roster, and I'm trying to think of everybody's career at their peaks. I don't think that Mr. Khan and the crew have had somebody as big as Kofi Kingston in their organization. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
I only care if Austin Creed eventually becomes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Let me state this one more time. I'm calling my shot.
Okay.
I only care about the debut of KSM and Austin Creed if Austin Creed eventually becomes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. See, we get all excited about these former WWE stars and people we love debuting in AEW, and then they become stagnant. Like, what the Hurt Business doing?
Yeah.
Aleister Black came and left. I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Like Edge, I ain't really counting Edge. Edge is an OG, right? And they do well by the OGs.
Yeah.
But I want to see what they do with Austin Creed. And as much as he's done in his career, as much as he's done, now when you go into an AEW or TNA, you deserve to get boosted up. I believe that in AEW, Austin Creed should definitely get at least a title shot for the AEW World Championship. I think that needs to be the storyline. Y'all think Kofi gonna come up in here? Nah, my brother. This is about me at this point. That's still a homie, and we tagging with each other and all that stuff. But I'm here to win championships. I'm here to get the opportunities that I wasn't gonna get in the WWE. And y'all tried to give me a 50% raise, Jack. Nah, Austin Creed, is here for one thing and one thing only, to become the AEW World Champion. And I'm going to get it. That's what I want. And that's why I am going to hold off my excitement about Kofi and Austin coming to AEW, because I've seen too many AEW people go into AEW and become stagnant and just there. Nope. Yeah. I need Austin Creed to become AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So I am waiting on all of this. I ain't talking about trios belt. I ain't talking about tag team belt. I ain't talking about national champion, continental classic champion, the Continental Cup, international. I'm not talking the TBS or TNT. Nah.
Yeah, don't ever give me the TBS title, bro.
I'm straight on all that shit. I don't need Austin Creed to come in and wrestle for the TNA I don't need Austin Creed to come up in there and wrestle for the TNT championship. I don't need him to be excited about winning the trios belt. I don't need him to win the tag team belt. Continental Classic, all them other championships the Marks got. I need a week after he debuted, him saying my sights are on whoever's the AEW World Champion is, because I'm about to get the opportunity that I was not afforded in that other place. I'm here to be the world champion. Bayley hasn't signed her contract, though, with WWE TKO. They said it's out there.
Yeah.
The offer's there. It's on her.
Yeah.
Have we seen the last of Bayley in the WWE?
I honestly think so. And honestly, rightfully so. I don't like what's been happening with Bayley the last year and some change. It's totally against everything that she's built as being in the WWE, right? And that is just building the consistency, proper character development, thorough storylines, and great matches. That's what you know Bayley for. And she hasn't gotten the chance to do that consistently and in a great way, honestly, since that purchase was made. I'll just be honest with you. And I don't understand that. Listen, Bayley's a wrestling person that you need to take care of. But again, TKO Endeavor is not in the pro wrestling business, guys. They are in the sports entertainment and combat sports business. They don't care about pro wrestling like that. I'm going to keep saying it until they show me something different. They don't care. And unfortunately, when you don't care about pro wrestling, people like Bayley get the shaft, and not the kind that we would like to give her, respectfully. So, she's doing the right thing. Hold out, see what's out there, because there is a better option for somebody like Bayley. Her resume is too lit. You know what I mean? So she's too official for this to be the end of the line for her if she doesn't want it to be. You know, it could also just be that. So this sucks. I love Bayley, but whoever she decides to be wherever else, she'll get a view out of me, at least one, just to see where it's going.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think sometimes folks got to move on. And with Bayley, she's been a multiple-time world champion. She's a Grand Slam champion. It's really not much else for her to do in the WWE. I would love for her to go to AEW and make that women's division a lot better. I would love to see her against Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné and some of the other women that's there. I just don't want her to be stagnant in AEW. That's my whole thing. Yeah. Speaking on what we had mentioned earlier in the show, though, how the WWE loves to put out that this is the second and third generation, fourth generation superstar. Dominik Mysterio reportedly, allegedly, is not feeling his character on Raw or SmackDown. Not only does Jeff Jarrett agree, he said something that's very interesting. He said on his podcast with Conrad Thompson, I think it's probably time for Dominic to no longer become Ray Kidd on Raw and SmackDown. Do we need to stop caring that Dominik Mysterio is Rey Mysterio's son?
You know, this question is so interesting because I haven't cared in a while that Dominik Mysterio is Rey's son. I haven't cared since I got overly tired of their last match. Look, for me, when Dom beat Rey, that was it. And he was Dirty Dom. I literally forgot his last name was Mysterio a month ago. And not because of anything other than I think the branding has been so great of him being his own man and not having to be the second or third generation superstar and whatever, what have you. If Randy Orton or The Rock, I guess you could say, but if one of them were the original blueprint for how to be a third generation superstar, second or third generation superstar, I think Dom has now exceeded that and is the very next new one. Now, granted, he was the only one that really got to wrestle his pops in real time and build that kind of a dynamic. But He's a standalone act, and he's been that way. The real problem with Dom is not that whether or not we think that he's Rey's son, his last name is Mysterio, is that they are totally obliterating his buzz with this Judgment Day that's hanging on by dental floss. And the fact that he's being treated differently in America than he is in Mexico. That's the real problem. Let's nothing distract you from that. Nothing.
I do think this is a we problem. I think you're 100% right. Let me just state this. I think you're 100% right. Because I think the WWE does a half-ass job of this second generation shit. Because if that's the case, then why the hell Braun Breaker name ain't Braun Steiner?
Thank you.
Why Joe Henning had to come to the WWE and be called Axel, Curtis Axel. Right? Like,
right.
But then, and Roman Reigns, like he wasn't Sika Jr.
Right.
Right? Like, matter of fact, when Roman Reigns, I saved this, when Roman Reigns came into WWE, you didn't hear him say that's Rosie's brother, and that's Jamal's uncle.
Right.
You only put this shit there for certain people, right? And in this case, you're doing it with Dominic Mysterio. Now, granted, this man came on to WWE programming as his shorty with his paternity on the line. So you're not gonna remove You're not gonna remove the Mysterio name. But it feels like when you can, you put him and Rey on camera. No, fam. Now, mind you, I'm gonna state what I said last WrestleMania again. This is how you kill Dominic and Rey Mysterio, father and son, on TV. Tournament to... I just thought about this. Hold on, let me...
Okay.
WWE TKO, y'all kiss my ass. Here's why. Basically, what y'all doing with this Roman Reigns shit is the shit that I told y'all to do last year for Dominik Mysterio and Rey Mysterio to get together. So y'all kiss my ass. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it without the music. Eddie Guerrero Invitational. Rey Mysterio says, I'm going to enter my own tournament since my son say he's the greatest luchador of all time. I'm going to enter my own tournament, the Eddie Guerrero Invitational. Rey says, oh, that's bullshit, because you're the GM. And you shouldn't even be in this. So there's friction. Rey wins the inaugural Eddie Guerrero Invitational. Say it however you want to say it in Spanish, y'all, but it's the Eddie Guerrero Invitational. And at WrestleMania, Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio for the AAA Grand Championship. But it is a masked and career versus title and hair match. Dominik Mysterio defeats his dad, and he has to unmask and officially retire. Because Dominic's hang-up is, you're hanging on and you're not letting me own the spotlight. Now you entering the tournament that your ass created in the first place. So if I beat you, you're done. Rey loses his career and his mask to his son. And they embrace in the ring because now Dominic could become Dominic. And also it turns Dominic face. The end, y'all. The end. And now he is his own guy. And he has the respect of his dad. The end, y'all. That's it.
I like it. I like it.
Guarantees. What you got? You got a guarantee?
I do. And I'm not going to give this a WrestleMania tag, but I guarantee within, let's say, 9 months, that the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match that will be on the marquee will be Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight. I don't know who's going to definitely be the champ. My money's kind of on LA Knight being the champ at that time, with Solo challenging for it. But there's also, I do believe that there is going to be a deeper layer where, hey, let's say this LA Knight Roman Reigns things happens and they keep him away from the belt. But I also see a world where Solo beats Roman Reigns for the title and then gives LA Knight his fair title shot because he don't want to be down with the family anyway. But one way or another, I do see a world where the World Heavyweight Championship is defended between Solo Sikoa and LA Knight. Again, it may not make WrestleMania, but hey, I think that's a pretty good Royal Rumble, a main event. I think that might be I don't like Fastlane, but if that's what they're gonna do, let's do it. Saturday night's main event, let's do it. Because I also think that there is a point to prove to people like Conrad that there is only one main eventer in the whole Samoan dynasty, basically, is what he's saying. And he's saying it's Roman Reigns. I disagree with that. And again, the Super Samoan Solo Sikoa is proven every week that he's the most entertaining man in wrestling, and he ain't even got started yet. And that guy needs to be in a main event real soon.
My guarantee is Kevin Owens will defeat CM Punk next week to win the World Championship. It does not stop the feud. It will continue for the next couple of months. But if the WWE has Kevin Owens versus CM Punk in Toronto after what Kevin Owens went through, and he loses the match, or he wins but by DQ, or there's a DQ involvement because Sami Zayn gets involved. If that happens, my friend, the internet wrestling community has every right to be pissed. Next Friday, Kevin Owens needs to be in Toronto hoisting the World Championship to give you the feel-good story you want. So CM Punk can embrace. So CM Punk can embrace corporate magnet Punk. Since y'all say that's who I am, then I'm gonna be it. I'm gonna be CM Hogan. And I'm gonna be in y'all face. Kevin, you only gonna have this belt for a certain amount of time. Have fun. Get your glorious redemption story out the way. Because I'm gonna break your neck. And I'm gonna get back my title. Close us out, Kent.
Oh, man. Well, hey, listen, man, we definitely enjoy y'all tuning in to the first Black Champ podcast. Listen, every day we come together and we bring some fire content to the community, and you are all greatly a part of that. Shout to Banks for tuning in live with us, man. We appreciate you, my brother. You've been rocking for a long time, and it does not go unnoticed. And for all of you out there, whenever you tune in, however you tune in, you always should know if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the first Black Champ podcast. It's your podcast, Intercontinental Champion Cat from the Port, with the VP, DOC, J.R. Bank, and we are out. I love you, Nia Jax.